Welcome back. Today's video is going to be over my 1984 Turbo EXP. This one will be a little bit more in-depth. Like I said in my last one, for whatever reason YouTube just isn't letting me upload bigger videos at the time being. So, yeah. If you're familiar with EXPs, this is the turbo model, and with the turbo model you get all these sweet ground effects. So that's what mine is optioned out with. The rims are not stock. I put the rims on. I don't have the factory rims. But yeah, you get the lower chin spoiler. You get these side fender flare pieces, and then you get a little skirt piece that they attach onto the rocker panel. You can see where it's trying to separate right there. On the normal first gen EXPs, it's a lot slimmer between the wheels. Those fender flare pieces really help make the car look wider and a little bit more aggressive. But strangely, they didn't put anything on the back for the turbo model except turbo. So they got that on there. Some models would also have a turbo stencil somewhere on the lower panel here between the two wheels. I just can't remember where. I think it was in this corner, but it's definitely inside the two-toned area. Mine just doesn't have that that decal set, but mine does have what I think is a factory stripe here. Goes all the way across the car to the front, just like all my other first gens. This one's just a slightly different shape and color. And then this one's got the two-tone paint treatment, so it's black over gray or charcoal, and then it's got a black and red pinstripe that separates them all the way to the back. And this being an 84 model, they switched from the red taillights to the blacked out taillights. You can see mine have witnessed quite a bit of serious fade. So maybe I can restore them. I'll do my best because they are hard to replace and quite expensive. This one's just got a crack here, but it's intact. It's not popping through, which is good. Turbo models also get the spoiler for the first time, and since it's in 84, you don't have a center taillight here, which is sweet because I can take this wing off this car and put it on any EXP I want without having to deal with a third brake light, and it looks cooler. Maybe you have more or less draft with the third tail light. I don't know. I haven't researched it yet. So that's the exterior options I have. I got dual mirrors. I don't know if that was an optional thing in 84, but I got two mirrors. In 84, they moved some speakers to the doors instead of on the dash, which is nice. The old style dash, the speakers were inside this corner, and it was kind of the best way to remove the speakers and the bezel that were on them was to take the frickin' windshield out, but got rid of that. Mine does have a sunroof, and as far as I can tell, it doesn't leak. I got a sunroof cover in the back. I got a cargo cover in the back. I finally got an EXP that has an intact cargo cover on it. There's all my door jam info for tires and whatnot. I think all the turbo models only came with gray interiors. And all the turbo models came with these really cool turbo headrests. Mine's optioned out with 5-speed, no AC. Someone installed an aftermarket Pioneer radio. I have the same one in my garage somewhere. But yeah, that's about all there is for options. 84, they added some idiot lights down there. Replacing some of the cool gauges that you'd get in the 82s and 83s beneath the radio. AC is a bigger system unit. Still no power features. This one does have the remote gas flap release. For the 84 turbos, you get this cool EXP fender C-pillar sail. I don't know if all 84s got that, but I know that the turbo models did. Sadly, I don't know too much about these 84 pluses because this is my first one, so I don't have much to go off of. But it's all intact. This 84 is the first year for the bubble hatch on EXPs. They had it on LN7s. I think the deck is the same exact mold for it, so the glass should be exactly the same between them. And then the taillights are also LN7 taillights. Except mine are faded funny, so I don't know how these compare to my LN7 taillights, but I'll look into that sometime. So we'll pop the hood. Alright. So this is what I got going on inside. So I'm going to bypass the turbo. I'll have a video on that in the future. I'm trying to get a turbo from a gentleman I know. With this being an 84, they moved the fan up front, in front of the radiator, so they could have more room for the turbo. I don't know if that's a turbo only thing or if that's an 84 up thing. This one does have the original Coney shocks all around. I'm missing the intake cover, but I got the coupler for that corner right there. I have no idea if this runs or not. I have to fix an ignition key switch inside before I can power anything up. Jesus, Coco. Settle down. So yeah, 5-speed turbo. Things should be making like 120 horsepower, but with 99,000 miles on it, yeah. So what we're gonna do is, some friends have had good luck with the 1.9 swap into a turbo. So you keep it, you use whatever head you want, I guess, but you put in a 1.9 block instead of the factory 1.6. And then you significantly increase your power, especially if you can do something about the exhaust intake, intercooler, turbo boost, and then your EFI. If you can tune all that, I'm told you can yield some wicked gains. So, about as there is to know with mine. I got rod in some weird places. I'll have another video on that sometime soon, and then I'll have another video on how all the ground effects pull apart. So we'll get to that a different time. Thanks, guys.